Hello friends, welcome to the module 2 of our Node.js training course on my channel Let's Learn. In this module we will cover the essential topics like what is module in Node.js, what are the CommonJS module and ECMAScript module, that is the ES script module, and we will understand all this by using some code examples. So before moving further, I would like to request to my viewers that if you are new to my channel, then please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get the notification of more such videos. I will add the links of all the videos of this tutorial in the description section so that you will easily find the links of all videos of this tutorial. Now let's start. So the first one is what is module in the Node.js. So working with module in Node.js is an essential concept of organizing and structuring our code. Module allows you to break your code into the reusable separate files, making it easier to manage and maintain your projects. Modules allows developers to create private function in a module file that cannot be used in other module files. And here we will also understand how module helps in the caching, and we will further study about the CommonJS and ECMAScript modules. So this is all about the modules. Now let's understand how this module works, how we will create the functions in a module, how we will expose these functions, how we will create some private function in a module. So let's understand all these concept by doing some codes. So for this I am opening Visual Studio Code, and in this Visual Studio Code let me first open the terminal. Okay, so this is my terminal, and let me expand its height so that we can visualize it properly. Now first we will have to create one Node.js project. So there is a simple command for this, and we can use npm init for it, and it will ask few questions. We will have to answer those questions. Okay, so here it is asking the package name. We can give here any package name. For example, I'm giving it name like module test. Okay, now version, anything, description, it's node module tutorial. Okay, entry point, it's fine, leave it. Test command, leave it. Git repository, leave it. Keywords, leave it. Author, it's fine. License, not needed. Is this okay? Yes. Okay, so if you see it has created package.json in this folder. So if we see package.json, it has just added few simple keywords, and whatever the answer we had given, that answer it has added. And for the keywords, so whatever keywords we didn't provided any answer, it has added the default value. For example, for version it has added 1.0.0. for script we didn't provided anything, so it has added the default things. For license it has added ISA. Okay, now let's create a JS module. So to create any JS module here in Node.js, simply we will have to create one JS file, and let's create here one JS file. So suppose our JS file is a test.js. so this one we have created JS file. Now let's create here the function. So to create function we can start like cnst cons. Okay, so here we have created the functions. So these are this is simple JavaScript file and where we have created the function. Now we need to expose these functions so that we can use these functions in the other module. So to export it, to expose this function, we need to use module.exports. Yeah, so this is the syntax of exposing whatever the function we have created, whatever the public function we have created, and we want to use this public function in other files, in other modules. So that needs to be exposed like this. So module.exports, and here under this object we are passing the name of this function, these variable names we are passing. Now let's save it, and now we will use this module in other file. So for that let's create one more JS file here, and let's give its name like main.js. Okay, and under main.js, first we will have to import these test module in this main.js file. We will have to use the require statement. So how can we do this? So for this we will have to use like const. Yeah, so here we have given the path of this file, and then whatever the functions we are exposing from this file, it will come under this variable. Now let's use these functions. So whatever the functions we are exposing here, so let's use these functions in this file. So to use it, let's here I have created few functions here. For example, one is the const square results, double results. So here what I'm doing, that I have imported this module, and this is coming under this variable. We can give any name here. This variable name can be anything, and then this variable name dot whatever we are exposing here. So these things we are exposing, so we are calling it here. So simply that means we are calling here a square function, we are calling here double function, we are calling here triple function. These are the functions that we have defined in our module file, and now we are utilizing these functions in main.js. So similarly we can create n number of the js files, and in those files if we want to use these functions, then we will have to import this module in those files, and then we can use it. So now let's run this main.js file. So to run it, let's save it, and let's come here, and then we will have to just write node main.js. So okay, so if you see here, it has printed a square of 5 is equal to 25, and double of 5 is 10, triple of 5 is 15. So here these functions are running and it is giving the results. Suppose if I want to make one function here as a private, I don't want to expose that function, then what can I do? Then simply I should not export that function. For example, suppose I want to make triple function as a private to this module, it should not be used into the other modules. So for that, the simple way is that I will not export this function. Control S, I have saved it, and now if I will run this file, if I will run main.js, then it will give error because it is trying to access triple test.triple function, and this function has not been exported, so it cannot be used here. So let's run it, and definitely it will give error. So see, it has given error. Now this is one way of exporting any function. Now there are several other way of exporting the functions. So we can individually export each functions. To individually export each functions, we can do it like this. We can do like this, control V dot. Okay, so here we are individually exporting each functions. Let's save it, and then if we are coming here, now let's run it. So see, now it is still giving the answers. So this is another way of exporting the modules. Now module system. So there are two types of the module systems that are used in the JavaScript environment. One is the CommonJS module, and another one is the ECMAScript module. So CommonJS module is by default used in Node.js, and in the earlier version of Node.js till Node.js 13 version, CommonJS is by default used in Node.js. And if you want to use ECMAScript module with Node.js prior to version 13 or in version 13, then you will have to provide some extra configurations, then only you can use. Otherwise CommonJS module you can directly use it. Now what is the difference between CommonJS module and ES module? So CommonJS modules are accessed by using the require keyword. So just now I just few minutes before I have shown in the coding that we are using require keyword to import any module. So that was the example of the CommonJS module. In case of ES module, we need to use import keyword. Okay, now CommonJS module, suppose we have defined 2-3 modules and we want to load those 3 modules in a file. So in case of CommonJS module, those modules will be loaded synchronously, but in case of ES modules, those 3 modules will be loaded asynchronously. So here the loading will be little fast. Now the CommonJS module is little slower compared to the ES module because of the synchronous functionality, but in case of ES module, as the modules are being loaded asynchronously, so it is a little faster compared to the CommonJS module. To use ES module in Node.js, we will have to give some configurations. So these are the main differences between the CommonJS module and ECMAScript module. So the code that I had shown earlier, all these were CommonJS module. Now let's see if we want to use the ECMAScript module, then how the code will be. So in this case, first thing we will have to do one change in the package.json. Here we will have to define one module type we need to define. Okay, let's save it, and then here similarly we will have to create the mjs file. So here for example, here the extension is .js, but if we want to use the ES module, then we should create .mjs files. If we are creating our Node application by using the TypeScript, then no need to create .mjs file. We can directly use the ECMAScript module in TypeScript coding. Okay, so now let's create some mjs file. So I am first going to create one test.mjs. okay, and here I am going to create some functions similar to so here I have created same 3 functions, square, double and triple, and only the difference is a little bit difference in the syntax. Here I am using export then function name, and in my earlier code I was using module.exports.square, but here we are using export function and function name. Okay, now let's save it. Similarly, I should create one main.mjs file where I will import this test.mjs. So let me create that main.mjs. okay, now here I'm going to write the code. So here I have written the code where I am calling those 3 functions, and see the difference here. Instead of require statement, I am using the import statement. So import from the file name, and then simply I am using those functions here, square, double, triple. Okay, control S, and now if I am running it, so this will be main.mjs. okay, so see, it is giving the results. So this is how we can create the modules by using the ECMAScripts. So the last topic is module types. So basically in Node.js there are 3 different types of the module. One is the built-in modules, local modules, and third-party modules. So what is the built-in module? Node.js comes with some modules out of the box. These modules are available for use when you install the Node.js. Some common examples of built-in Node.js modules are like HTTP, URLs, path, fs, os, etc. You load the modules with the require functions. You need to pass the name of the modules you are trying to load as an argument to the require functions. So simply, if you want to use it, you need to write like this, require, and then here it will be for example fs, and here it will be like fs. So that's where you can import it. Okay, now let's discuss about the local modules. So local modules are the modules or the functions that you create and export it to use in the other modules. For example, all the codes that I have shown in case of the CommonJS or ECMAScript module, those are the local modules that we are creating. Now the third is the third party module. These third party modules are coming with npm. Suppose you want to use some modules or library that are not directly provided by the Node.js and you have not also created. So these kind of modules like multer modules for uploading the files, express framework, fastify framework. So how you will import these modules, how will you get the functionality of these modules? So to use these libraries in your code in your Node.js application, first you will have to install these libraries by using the npm. The command is npm install multer. So this will install the multer, and then in whatever module you want to use it, you will have to simply use like constant multer is equal to require, and then here simply pass multer package name. What is the module caching? So module caching is also important thing. So modules are whenever we are importing any module, whenever we are loading any module in a file or in another module, then that modules get cached. So suppose if we are loading a module 2-3 times, then it will not always load a new object, it will always load the same object in that module. So here once when first time that module got loaded, its object get cached, and when you are loading it again, then the cached object will be loaded. So here it's saving your loading time, it is saving your memory. So that is the benefit of module caching that is automatically being provided by the Node.js. So this is the end of this video. Today here we have discussed what is the module, some coding example of the modules, differences between the CommonJS module and ECMAScript modules. We also understood about the module types, and lastly we understood about the built-in features of the module caching. Please do practice by doing some coding at your home at your free time, and stay tuned for more exciting Node.js topic in our upcoming videos. So don't forget to like my videos, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell icon to stay updated with the latest Node.js tutorial videos. If you have any question or need help, please feel free to leave comment below. Thanks for watching and happy coding.